dumb. You're a disgrace.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst angry outbursts in tennis.
No way! That's it!
For this list, we're looking at infamous moments when professional tennis players lost it with the umpire, the fans, or even themselves on the court during competitions. Have you ever had an angry outburst during a sport? Let us know your tale below. Number 10. Nick Kyrgios at the 2019 Western and Southern Open.
Hands down. Every single time I play, he's doing some stupid every time.
When he faced off against Karen Khachanov in 2019 at the Cincinnati Masters, Kyrgios at one point was told by the umpire that he was taking up too much time to serve. Bad move. Kyrgios yelled multiple times at the official and argued with him during the remainder of the match. He even smashed his racket and continued to waste even more time. He was handed a 16-week ban and was fined. It's not like this was an isolated incident with Kyrgios, though, who has earned a reputation for his temper on the court. Most recently, at the Wimbledon men's final in 2022, he had a go at a spectator that was supposedly drunk and heckling Kyrgios after
700 drinks, bro.
He proceeded to argue about it with the umpire. Number 9. Stefanos Tsitsipas at the 2020 ATP Cup. At the ATP Cup in 2020, it was Greece against Australia, in a match that saw Stefanos Tsitsipas squaring off with the aforementioned Kyrgios. Frustrated with how the match was going, Tsitsipas let his aggression out by bashing his racket near the rest area. Unfortunately for him, his coach was in the firing line and was accidentally struck on the arm. To make matters worse, the coach is also Tsitsipas's father. Afterwards, now with a bruise on his arm, he moved from the courtside area and sat with the rest of the Greek team. Tsitsipas received a point penalty and a warning from the umpire.
It happens. I wasn't I wasn't aiming to do that, so it just went out of control, unfortunately.
Not grounded or anything like that?
Maybe I'll stay in my room for 3 days, grounded by my father.
Number 8. Viktor Troicki at the 2016 Wimbledon Championships.
No! Viktor, without the correct to do. No way! Look at it! Come on, please, look at it! What?
Taking on Albert Ramos Vignolas in the second round at Wimbledon wasn't the best experience for Troicki that year, or for the match's umpire Damiano Torella. Vignolas' serve was ruled out before being changed to an ace. Well, Troicki wasn't having any of that.
There's no ball, man. There's no chalk. Call one ball, but call one!
He already complained about a previous decision, but this pushed him over the edge. After screaming, Troicki grabbed the ball and ranted at the umpire that there was no chalk on it. Not getting the reaction he wanted, Troicki fired the ball into the sky before calling Torella the worst umpire in the world.
The worst umpire ever in the world!
Even after the match, Troicki wouldn't let it go and continued insulting the poor guy. He was later fined $10,000.
You made 30 mistakes, not for me, for him also.
Number 7. Marcos Baghdatis at the 2012 Australian Open. We've all seen a tennis pro destroy their racket during a massive outburst, but Baghdatis took it to another level at the Australian Open in 2012. Trailing Switzerland's Stanislas Wawrinka during a second-round match, the Cypriot eventually decided to let his frustration out. While taking a breather, he smashed not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 rackets. By the end of the outburst, the crowd and Baghdatis found the absurdity of the situation amusing.
Time. Violation, racket abuse warning, Mr. Baghdatis.
You can even see the umpire trying to suppress a smile as the match was set to resume. While the Grand Slam committee could have fined Baghdatis $2,000 for the fit, they opted to hand him a bill of just $800. Number 6. Jeff Tarango at the 1995 Wimbledon Championships. This incident has far outshadowed Tarango's career. Trailing to Germany's Alexander Morantz in the third round of Wimbledon, the American lost it when umpire Bruno Rebeu, with whom he has a history, ruled against Tarango several times.
Oh, shut up!
After getting a code violation for yelling at the crowd, the situation went from 0 to 100. Tarango demanded that Troicki be removed from his position and accused him of being corrupt.
You are the most corrupt official in the game, and you can't do that!
After then being handed another violation, Tarango responded by packing up his equipment and walking off the court. It got so heated that Tarango's former wife even came down and slapped Troicki. And with all of that, it came to no one's surprise when the International Tennis Federation subsequently banned Tarango from participating in the 1996 Wimbledon tournament. Number 5. Martina Hingis at the 1999 French Open. In the final of the French Open's women's singles against Steffi Graf, Hingis was set to run away with the match, but then one of her strokes was ruled out, and the Swiss 18-year-old wasn't happy.
Don't do that. You got defaulted if you do that.
She believed it was in, and replays seemed to suggest she was right. Hingis marched to the other side of the court, putting herself in a position to potentially be defaulted, to point out the mark left by the ball on the clay court. Getting nothing from the umpire, she refused to continue until the referee came out.
She's obviously waiting for the referee to come out. It's Georgina Clark is coming out right now.
The ref stated that the decision would stand, and Hingis received a point penalty for crossing the net. After that, Graf stormed back to win the match. Number 4. David Nalbandian at the 2012 Aegon Championships. Reaching the final of the Aegon Championships in England should have been a celebrated occasion for this tennis player. Instead, he ruined it with one thoughtless action.
Come on.
Losing momentum after taking an early lead against Marin Cilic, he let out his frustrations by kicking a barrier, only he didn't look behind it. Nalbandian punted the tiny advertisement into a line judge's shin. He tried to plead his case that it was an accident, but since the line judge's leg got bloodied, it in turn made the situation more severe, resulting in the Argentinian getting disqualified. In the aftermath, Nalbandian was forced to give up his $57,350 worth of prize money. He was fined an additional $12,560, and he was docked 150 ranking points. Number 3. Michael Jusny at the 2008 Sony Ericsson Open. We witnessed an amazing rally between Jusny and Nicolas Almagro in the third round of the 2008 Sony Ericsson Open in Miami. But then, well, it got really weird and intense. Frustrated with losing a point, instead of striking his racket into the ground like most players, the Russian pro repeatedly hit himself in the head. As such, this caused a wound to open and bleed everywhere. He was clearly embarrassed at his self-inflicted injury as he attempted to wipe the blood away. It even required medical treatment, but somehow and some way, Jusny ended up winning the match.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our match winner,
Number 2. Serena Williams at the 2018 US Open.
Telling you it's not, I don't cheat to win, I'd rather lose. I'm just letting you know.
Considered one of the greatest tennis players of all time, Williams has had her fair share of outbursts throughout her career, but none made as many headlines as the one she had back in 2018. Facing Naomi Osaka in the US Open final, she was first given a violation for getting coaching during the match, and this made her furious.
You owe me an apology. I have never cheated in my life. I have a daughter and I stand what's right for her and I've never cheated. And you owe me an apology.
Appalled at being accused of cheating, she unleashed her fury on the umpire, demanding an apology. She was docked a point, and she pleaded her case with the officials. Regardless of whether you think she was in the right or the wrong, if one thing's for certain, it's that Williams knows how to stand her ground. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. John McEnroe at the 1981 Wimbledon Championships.
Putting Mets on court 16.
You abused me.
Oh, you're so...
And this is the second, I warned you once for unsportsmanlike
You don't
conduct.
know what you're talking about.
In In the history of the sport, there's perhaps no one who's become more infamous or known for his outbursts on the court than McEnroe. One of his most notable incidents came during the Wimbledon final against Bjorn Borg in 1981. At one point, McEnroe disagreed with the umpire's decision on a serve being ruled out. So he famously yelled the iconic line,
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious!
Another notable incident in 1984 at the Stockholm Open semifinal match against Anders Yarid saw McEnroe continue his trademark umpire bashing by calling the one officiating his game a jerk.
No mistakes whatsoever.
Second serve, please.
Answer my question! The question, jerk!
He proceeded to use his racket to hit a tray of drinks, among other items. He was fined $2,100. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.